My name is Hetty Keith, and I am the founding president of the Milwaukee Writers Circle. The Milwaukee Writers Circle was founded by me in 2010, May 21st, 2010, and we grew from 2 or 3 members on up to now we have 33 members. We could have probably 1,000, but one of the things that we suggest is that they come to a meeting. We organized on meetup.com, so if anyone wants to join us, meetup.com, Milwaukee/writers/circle. We hold 3 meetings a month. The first Monday is for memoir writers. The second Tuesday is a critique session where you bring 2 to 3 pages of your work in progress and we help you critique it. And the third meeting is educational meeting where we talk about the writing process, marketing your book or publishing your book. This is our second anthology and it's called Milwaukee, People, Places, and Traditions. And we wanted to do something to brag about Milwaukee. So many people come into Milwaukee, particularly in the summertime, you know, for the festivals and Summerfest and Harley Fest and all those kind of things. And we just wanted to brag about Milwaukee and let people know where to go. You know, when you go out of town, you want to know where's the best food, where can I go to be entertained, and what's the best. And they want to know that from the local residents. And so we are the local residents and we know where these places are. So we set out to write short stories about Milwaukee. There's 17 authors in the book who contributed short stories, fiction and nonfiction, and poetry.
My story is about Harley Fest. It's about the 100th and 105th anniversary for Harley when I was an employee working there, and all the different fun people that I saw.
Milwaukee, home of the brewers and tailgate skewers, cold beer and hot brats, Packer fans casting the lot, fans grilling and chilling, finding everything thrilling.
I was the only black child that attended Silver Spring Elementary School right on the corner of Green Bay and Villard Avenue. It was a complete shock to me, as it probably was to the other students. And the reason I know that was my first day of school was the first day we had a fire drill, and all of us were heralded out to the playground and we all looked around, and a big part for me was when one of the girls standing behind me in lines, and as I looked around looking for people that looked like me, and she said, "You're the only one." And I was like, we were off to the racetrack after that. It was an enormous shock to me to find that out. But you get through. You think it's the end of the world, and things come together in ways you never expected or looked for, and it was a happy conclusion. Happy conclusion.
My experiences working at food service at University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee when I was a student and beyond. And I was a student there during the 1970 riots after Kent State, and the university was shut down, so I talk a little bit about that and what it felt like being a student at the time.
Moody Pool used to be a swimming area for all the kids to go to, and I did a story about that to show the fun times and the bad times with Moody Pool, and it's a really interesting story. And then parking checker, I was a parking checker in 2007, and I had a bunch of doozies, so telling a story about the parking checkers and what they go through, it's interesting.
I want to share my memories of Milwaukee. I'm the oldest person in the group, and I remember 1953 when the Braves came to Milwaukee from Boston. I remember when we won the World Series back in 1957.
My story is for the transplants. When people move to Milwaukee, they're a little worried about the snow. So my story is Baptism by Blizzard, and it's how a wimpy Southern girl learned to drive in one of the worst blizzards ever. Once I survived that first trip in a horrible snowstorm, I knew I was a Wisconsinite.
And I am one of the authors in the anthology that we just completed. And the name of my story, actually I have a story and a poem. The poem is about MPS, and The story is called Free Wednesday. Free Wednesday is just an uplifting, lovable story, and to make you remember there's life after retirement, and don't ever think there's not.
Milwaukee!
Milwaukee!
Milwaukee.
Hey, Milwaukee, that's my home.